Hello Gaudi class and welcome to today's maths lesson. We're going to start the way we always do with our arithmetic. So I'd like you to pause the video and choose from your challenge 1 and challenge 2 and start the video again when you're ready to join in. Let's start with challenge 1 answers. So we're going to do 4 add 5. So I have 4 and 5. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The next one is 8, take away 5. So I'm going to start with 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm going to take away 5. And I know that I've got 5 fingers on that hand, so I'm just going to take that hand away, and I've got 1, 2, 3 left. The next question is 11 add 2. Now I don't have 11 fingers, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put 11 in my head, and I'm going to count on 2. So there's my 11, 12, 13. And our extension is to make 20. So I've got 20 cubes here and I've put them all in one pile. So that's like I always start with. I've got my 20 all in one pile. So I've got nothing in this on this side over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move one of my counters from this pile over. So I had 19 and I've taken, no, I had 20 and I've taken the one away. So now I've got 19 on that pile and I've moved it over to this pile here. So I've got 1 on that pile. I didn't add any counters or take any counters away from the ones on the board. So I've still got all my 20 counters there. And I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to take 1 off here and I'm just going to move it over here. So I had 19 and I just took another one away. So now I've got 18. And now in this pile over here, I have got 2. And again, I didn't add any and I didn't take any away from the board. So all 20 of my pieces are still on the board. So I have still got 20. Now I only moved 1. You could have moved 3 or 4 or 5. So if you are doing these challenges and they're getting a bit harder now with bigger numbers, then if you get yourself 20 objects to count, you can put them into a pile and move them across. So you could just take a random handful and move them over there, and then count how many you have in this pile and count how many of this you've got in this pile, and you'll still have 20. Let's have a look at challenge 2. Now again, my ones numbers are lower than 5. So I've got a 5 here and I've got a 3 here. So I know that I don't need to carry to add 3 and 5 because that's not going to be bigger than 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add up my ones first. So 3 and 5 is 8. And then I'm going to add my 10s. So 3 and 1 is 4. I could have done 33 and then added my 10, which would be 43. And then added my 5 was 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Could have done it that way. This one again, my ones are both 5 or less. So when I add them together, I know it's not going to go over 10. So I could just do it exactly the same way. So this time I'm going to do my 12 and I'm going to add the 30 first, so 12, 22, 32, 42. And then I'm going to add my 5, so 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. This time we're doing 53 and we're taking away 14. Okay. Now I'm going to do it in my 10s and 1s. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53. And I need to take away 14. So first of all, I need to take away my 1s. And I can't take away 4 1s. So I'm going to miss to 10. Please, would you like to come on holiday and be a instead of being a 10 stick, could you come and be 10 1s? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let me just show you. I've still got 53. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. Now I can take away my 4 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can take away my 10. And I've got, what, 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39 left. I'm just going to do it over here with the borrowing one. So what I'm going to say is I can't do 3 take away 4. So I'm going to change 50 into 40 and 10. So I'm going to change my 5 into a 4 and a 1 because 4 and 1 is still 5. So now I've got 13 take away 4. So 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. And I've got 4 take away 1, which is 3. So the answer is exactly the same. It's still 39. Now, for the extension, I hope you've done at least 3 different answers. There are 42 different answers you could have had, but that includes swapping the numbers over. So you could have had 41 plus 0 and 0 plus 41 as 2 different answers. So we're going to start with my favourite, 41 plus 0. And I'm going to move 1 this time. So I'm going to move 1 away from here. And I'm going to add it to here. So 40 add 1 is 41. Now I'm going to take away 10 this time. I'm going to move 10 this time. So I'm going to move 10 from here. So if I take 10 away from that, I've got 30. And I'm going to move it to over here. So I've got 1. If I add 10 to that, I've got 11. So 30 and 11 is 41. I could take away 20. I could take away 5. Whatever you would like. Just remember that just move whatever you want from here to over here. And as long as you take it away from that one and add it to that one, you'll still get 41. So you can play around with your numbers. In today's lesson, we're going to look at unequal grouping. So in the last lesson, we looked at equal grouping to make sure that things were the same in each group. Today's lesson in some ways is a lot easier because we don't have to make sure things are the same. In actual fact, we have to make sure things aren't the same. And that's a little bit of an easy one. If you haven't already got something that you can manipulate, something that you can play with, then could you pause the video while you do that? So I've got my cubes, but you could have toys or pasta pieces, Tic Tacs, anything you like, pencils, anything you can find that you've got enough of. You don't need very many. I've got 20, but I don't even think you need that many. And if you don't have that already, pause the video, get them, and come back when you're ready. So let's start with Ron and Whitney, and they're playing Spot the Difference. So just what difference can you see between the 2 groups of barrels? And I think you can probably see that Ron has got 1, 2, 3, 4, and Whitney has only got 1, 2, 3. So they don't have the same. It is not equal. So the groups are unequal, unequal, unequal. They're not the same. So have a look at these. So Ron and Whitney are playing Spot the Difference with pairs this time. They've got 4 groups. So again, if you need to pause the video to have a look at them, do so. If not, just have a look at which one is different. So we can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs in that one. And I'm just going to write a 4 so I remember. And 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs in that one. And 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs in that one. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs in that one. So this one is different. So we've got 3 equal groups, but this one is unequal. So we've actually got unequal groups. They're not all equal. So the groups are unequal. If we took away that one from Whitney, then we would have equal groups. So she's just trying to confuse us. Have a look at these ones. So what can you see? What's the difference between the 2 groups of carrots? So Ron has got 1, 2, 3, 4 carrots, and Whitney has got 1, 2, 3 carrots. So they are not equal, they're unequal. It's not fair. Ron has got more. The groups are unequal. So are these bags of apples equal? So just pause the video very quickly, have a check, and come back to me with a yes, they're equal, or a no, they're unequal. And hopefully you've told me that they are unequal. This one has got 3, 1, 2, 3. This one has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 2 are equal, But the three groups are unequal because this one is different. So these are three unequal groups. The groups are unequal. Okay, so we have the red team on this side, we have the blue team on this side, and we have got to decide whether what they've got is equal or unequal. So have a look at the balls the red group have got and the balls the blue group have got, and give me a thumbs up if you think they're equal, thumbs down if you think they're unequal. It should have been a thumbs up because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls here. So they are equal. How about this one? So the blue team has these players and the red team has these players. Thumbs up for equal, thumbs down for unequal. Well done, thumbs down, because this team, the blue team, have got 3 and the red team have got 2. So they are not the same, they are unequal. Have a go at the next one. Bananas. Have the blue team and the red team got equal bananas or unequal bananas? Hopefully you are telling me they are unequal because we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 bananas in this bunch and we have got 1, 2, 3 bananas on this side. So they are unequal. And now we've got some fruit. Equal, unequal. Count the number of pieces of fruit, not the fruit itself. So do they have the same number of pieces of fruit? Are the pieces of fruit equal or are the pieces of fruit unequal? Don't worry about what fruit it is. And I hope you're telling me it is unequal because we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of fruit here and 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of fruit here. Okay, I'm going to show you what your task is for today. But the good thing is you're not drawing again, so your task is very much like your task was the other day. I've got 3 rings here, and I'm going to make 3 unequal groups. So I'm going to put 1 in here, I'm going to put 2 in here, and I'm going to put 3 stars in here. Now you can see that my groups are all unequal. I've got 1 here, 2 here, and 3 here. So they are unequal groups of stars. And that is your challenge for today. So if you are doing challenge 1, you are just going to have 2 groups. So 2 piles on your table or 2 pictures on a piece of paper, whatever you like. I would rather that you weren't writing because we give you so much writing to do in your other lessons. I would rather you were just playing with manipulatives and just showing me a path. So you could get a piece of paper and draw 2 circles on it and then put some things in one circle and some things in another. Or you could just have 2 piles on the floor or on a table. But I want them to be unequal. So you can have 2, 3, or 4 objects in your group. So one of the groups might have 2 and the other group might have 4. Maybe one has 3 and the other one has 4. And underneath, I would just like you to write the sentence, I have 2 unequal groups of whatever you've got, toys, pencils, bricks, whatever you've got. And you can do that on the whiteboard that we sent home in your emergency packs back at half term. So that's challenge 1. Challenge 2 is just like it was the other day when we were doing the equal groups, but you've got unequal groups. So you've got 3 unequal groups. So you've got to make sure that you don't put the same amount in each group. And if you've done that one, then go on to having 4 different groups. And again, make sure you don't have the same amount. 3 of them could be equal and 1 of them be unequal, or you could have a different amount in each group. That's totally up to you. And challenge 3, again like last time, you've either got 5 groups or 6 groups. Again, unequal, so you make sure you don't have the same number in each group. And that, I look forward to seeing those pictures on tapestry.